Well, welcome to the party. Welcome to the ongoing adventures of Dare 3 Whiskey Bravo. Well, if you are just joining us, you're probably, we throttle back here a little bit, begin our slowdown. You're just stunned by this beautiful sunset, as am I. I mean, look at this. We are flying from San Jose, Costa Rica to Puerta Vallarta. Specifically, Licenciado Gustavo Diaz Ordaz International Airport, which has as its official airport code MMPR, which for certain among you may find humorous. MMPR. This is officially my longest flight in flight sim. 1,390 miles, I think. So the absolute range of the TBM. In all honesty, I thought about going to Cabo San Lucas, and according to the range arc, it would have just been on the cusp of reachable, but not if I wanted to have a reserve. And I gotta have a reserve in the fuel tanks in case we need to divert or change destinations or whatever. So if you look at our gas tanks on these incredibly bright screens, 26 on the left, 26 on the right, so we're good. Port flight showing us 16 minutes from our destination. It's almost certainly more like 18 or 19. Our departure time was 21:10 UTC, 2:10 Pacific Daylight Time, 3:10 local time in Costa Rica. We've had an absolutely stunningly beautiful flight up here from Costa Rica. Basically flew along the coast of Mexico or over the coast of Mexico. But we were free from weather. I mean, there was a little bit coming out of Costa Rica. And when we were on the coast of Mexico, off to our east, in the mountains of western Mexico, there's a lot of thunderstorm activity. But not on our flight path. Had a little chop here and there, bounced around a little bit. Flew at flight level 300, but nothing dramatic. Descending now at 1,600 feet per minute. I'm always happy when I get descent instructions. Based on these ridiculously bright screens, which I can't dim because they still haven't given me that option. We're going this way and then hanging a left turn. Nice, simple, straight in approach to runway 25. I think that's our approach. Just check one thing. I'm checking the plates. MMPR. I still get a laugh out of that. MMPR. The airport diagram, which is all I have available in my 4Flight app, since I'm still in the trial period. I apologize. It's runway 22, not runway 25. In any event, winds are apparently out of the west at the airport. Beautiful night. Just a beautiful night. I mean, gorgeous sunset. That's, I suspect, our destination. Seems to make sense if you look at our approach path. Hang a left turn. So we're going to go like this and land. But this was fun, doing my longest flight ever. I thought about going south to Peru or Panama or Chile. But you know what? I'm a little homesick. So I decided to fly northwest. Would have gone all the way to Cabo, but didn't have the range for it. Or at least I didn't have the range to get there comfortably. So I picked the next closest. Forgive me, I'm eating. It's dinner time, after all. This is one of the downsides about flying in real time. Look, I could sugarcoat this for you guys. Make it, you know, 10 o'clock in the morning, but it's not how I work. 13.8 miles to our next destination, Esvel. All I was able to get in terms of radio information for this was the VOR DME for the airport itself, which according to what I found on my searches on the internet, 111.6. So we'll enter that. 111.6. Let's see if we get anything. Go over to PFD settings. Uh-oh. No data. Alright. Well, there's a few reasons why that might be the case, but we're too far or I have the wrong information. Down to 17,000 there, 3 Whiskey Bravo.
17,000 feet, Dr. Trey Whiskey Bravo.
Descended 1,800 feet per minute. Getting ready to make our left turn as we approach Esvel. We'll hang a left, and then approach runway 22. It's kind of nice to have a. I mean, it's relatively straightforward. It's a. You're going this way, turn left, land. I'm not objecting. Throttle back a little bit more. Plenty of gas. You remember we landed, I can't remember if it was in Belize or if it was in, I think it was in Belize. Belize, or was it in Liberia? Anyway, I remember landing kind of low on gas. I think we're at 14 gallons in each tank. Right now we're at 23 left, 25 right. Which, given the fact that I'm showing us 11 minutes from our destination at our current speed, which since we're going to slow down means probably more like 15 minutes. Somebody marked that. Here's our left turn. What all that means is we got plenty of gas. God dang it, look at that sunset. We are below transition altitude, so let's see what our altimeter should be. 30.02, okay, it's alright. Actually not that big a deal. Making a left turn now, as you can see. And basically, from this point on, once we level out, it is straight in. I mean, straight in. Straight as a arrow. Down to 14,000 here, Whiskey Bravo.
Descend and maintain 14,000 feet, Dr. Trey Whiskey Bravo.
So we're on final now, basically. Long final, in as much as we're, I wish I had airport information, damn it. What did I say it was? 116.6? I thought I found that. I really would like to be able to have 16.6. Wait a minute, active frequency. Nope, I'm not getting anything. Damn! I'd really like to have that. I should have checked the frequency for it. You can see it right there. There is a VOR DME station. Check one thing. I'm just checking my ForeFlight app. MMPR VOR.
Delta Tree Whiskey Bravo, please expedite your descent to 14,000 feet.
Oh, Jesus, I didn't activate the vertical speed. My bad. Sorry, guys. Thank God for air traffic control, huh? I'm just checking online right now to see what the VOR DME for this airport is. What is the frequency? Not finding it. I thought I had already found it at 116.6, but I'm obviously wrong. I'm not seeing it. I'm just looking at airport information for MMPR as of June 11th, 2020. Hey, the upside is it's a 10,000 foot long runway. I always love that. But I am not... Oh wait, I may have found something. Hold on. No. There is a VOR at this. I shouldn't be doing this now. This is... I'm just looking for the... I'm looking at VFR charts now. That's not very helpful.
Delta Tree Whiskey Bravo, descend and maintain 9,500 feet. Keep speed below 250 knots.
Down to 9,500, air through Whiskey Bravo.
Descend and maintain 9,500 feet. Keep speed below 250 knots.
This time I'll actually make sure we continue descending. Keeping that speed down is not going to be an issue. Airport elevation is only 23, so not going to be a problem. (116.5). Maybe that's what I did wrong. Stand by. I just found a different chart that's showing a radio frequency for the airport at 116.5 instead of 116.6. Let's see if that solves our problem. 116.5. Yes! We got it! 31.8. Okay, good. That's extremely useful. There's the city out in front of us. I really am a big believer in getting as much information as you can when it comes to navigational aids. Distance, how far are you from it? You really, as long as your information is accurate, you really can't have too much information when it comes to that. Oh, we got a little chop showing up here. And it's extremely useful to me to know that the airport is 28.5 nautical miles. I researched it and I found several websites that said that the VOR was 116.6, but then just at this last moment, thankfully, I found one that, let me give a shout out, mx.ivao.aero. That's the website, mx.ivao.aero. That's the website I found the correct VOR DME for.
Delta Tree Whiskey Bravo, you are 27 miles northeast. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Keep speed below 220 knots. Expect RNAV runway 22 approach via Vetka transition. Clear to Vetka.
Down to 5,000, we're clear to Vetka. Air through Whiskey Bravo.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Keep speed below 220 knots. Expect RNAV runway 22 approach via Vetka transition cleared to Vetka Doppler Trey Whiskey Bravo.
Well, this is an excellent example of everything working perfectly. Activate our inertial separator. We are headed to Vetka. Take a look. Vetka, okay? And how far are we? 1 minute, 28 seconds, okay? So 90 seconds. We're descending at 1,600 feet per minute. And so we're at 9,000 feet right now, and now we're 75.
Whiskey Bravo, contact Puerta Vallarta, approach on 119.0.
Off the Puerta Vallarta approach.
Going to 119.0 Doppler Trey Whiskey Bravo.
Anyway, we're
Puerta Vallarta approach Doppler November Tree.
handed off to Puerta Vallarta approach. There's the actual runway.
For 5,000 feet.
Right there. So this is an example of ATC working perfectly.
Puerta Vallarta approach. Continue to Vetka as planned. Altimeter 29.906.
2996. Let's change our barometer to 2996. Thanks for the info, ma'am. Vetka's now 39 seconds away. We're at 1,600 feet per minute. Roughly 30 seconds, 800 feet lower than we are now. We had 7,000 at Vetka.
Doppler Tree Whiskey Bravo descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
Down to 4,000 here through Whiskey Bravo.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet at Doppler Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Everything's splendid at this point. This is actually like perhaps the most accurate, smoothest approach, most incident-free. Oh my God, why am I saying that? The most incident-free approach I've had in a while. I mean, and the weather, my God, the weather. You gotta love it when you can see the runway when you're 16 miles out. It's nice out, 21 degrees. Let's keep slowing this down. Let's go ahead and activate our landing lights.
Doppler Tree Whiskey Bravo descend and maintain 2,800 feet.
Down to 2,800 here, Whiskey Bravo.
Descend and maintain 2,800 feet at Doppler Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Definitely have some chop here. We may be able to just activate the approach at this point. Let's see what happens. I mean, yeah, it's got the glide path, hasn't locked on, and we're too high, as you can see from that magenta diamond. And actually, with weather like this, we can actually just make out the PAPI's precision approach path indicator. You can see that, I don't know if they're all white or if it's one red and 3 white. In any event, we're a little high, but not alarmingly so. Continue our descent. This is really a beaut. This is, unless I crash the desktop, I'm...
Whiskey Bravo, you are 13 miles northeast of Puerta Vallarta. Contact Puerta Vallarta Tower on 118.5 when inbound on the approach.
18.5, Dare 3 Whiskey Bravo. Good night.
Tower on 118.5 Doppler Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Puerta Vallarta Tower, this is Dare 3 Whiskey Bravo with you at 3,900 for 2,800.
Northeast inbound RNAV runway 22 approach. Tower November 3, 43 Whiskey Bravo, Puerta Vallarta Tower. Cleared RNAV runway 22 approach. Altimeter 29.904 wind 089er at 9er.
2994.
Puerta Vallarta Tower, Doppler November 3,
See the winds were?
Whiskey Bravo, inbound RNAV runway 22 approach.
089 at 9.
Tower November
Oops.
3, 43 Whiskey Bravo, Puerta Vallarta Tower. Cleared RNAV runway 22 approach. Altimeter 29.904 wind 088 at 9er.
Oh, we're getting a repeat here. Anyway, we're landing with a
Cleared
tailwind.
RNAV runway 22 approach, Doppler Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Come on. Alright, we are good to go with our gear down in just an instant here. Alright. Keep slowing. Gonna get our flaps ready in a second. But we're good. I mean, this has been heaven. Gears down, 3 in the green. Verify, verify, and re-verify. Still high, though. First notch. Oops, sorry, that was the parking brake. That's not going to do us much good up here. Watch out which button you press. So it's going to stop descending now because it's reached 2,800 feet. So what I'm going to do is, since it has not yet grabbed the glide slope, I'm going to reduce our altitude setting down to 1,500. I do see the poppies now very clearly. 4 whites, so that means we are higher than we should be. Full flaps. I think we'll be able to bleed off enough altitude here to be in solid shape. Partial separator is on. Landing lights are on. 3 in the green. Still waiting for that magenta diamond to start creeping up. Since we're having to hand fly this, not hand fly it, but we're
Geometry Whiskey Bravo, cleared to land runway 22.
cleared land.
087 and 9er.
Cleared land 22. Dare 3 Whiskey Bravo.
Cleared to land runway 22 Geometry Whiskey Bravo.
Still trying to bleed off altitude rather. It's again, where it's nothing like our approach into San Jose, Costa Rica yesterday, where we were miles too high. Aha! I'm starting to see some movement there on the. This thing's starting to creep up. Let's go ahead and reduce our selected altitude even more, just to make sure we continue our descent. There we go. Got it. I don't know if you caught that, but now this is green, so it has captured the glide slope. 2-mile final, runway 22. Keep an eye on that airspeed, 85, just exactly where we want it. I'm not making any more changes to the configuration of the aircraft in terms of flaps, landing gear, pitch, nothing. I'm just letting it fly. And it's going to maintain a steady descent rate. Still got 4 whites on the poppies. See, that's going to change though in a minute. And not nearly as much on fumes as I was with the other day. 19 on the left, 20 on the right. All right, airspeed's still good, 84 knots. It's going to look like a beauty. 500 AGL. It's so nice when things go well. Honestly, it's, you know, when ATC cooperates, I mean, I love this game no matter what, but when ATC cooperates, it's just beyond belief. Okay, I see 1 red, 3 whites on the poppy. Little pass right over this freeway. Runway threshold. 400 feet AGL. 2 and 2. I'm taking control of the aircraft. Autopilot disengaged. Airspeed's good. 2 and 2 on the poppies. Love the glow inside the cockpit. 3 and 1. 2 and 2. A little left to center line there. Looking good. Long runway, so probably no need for reverse thrusters. 80 knots. Ground in sight. Idle. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Well, I would have preferred not landing with a tailwind, but it's a very slight one, 4 knots. So we'll just roll out here. A little left there on the runway, but hey, this isn't a 747, so back on the center line. Hang a left here.
Whiskey Bravo, turn next taxiway. Bravo, contact ground on 118.5.
Okay, we'll stop here at the limit lines.
118.5 Delta Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Switch over to ground. Taxi to parking. Ground's at 118.5.
Puerta Vallarta ground Docker November
Clean up the
343
plane.
Whiskey Bravo, request taxi to parking.
Landing lights off, taxi lights
Docker
on.
November 343 Whiskey Bravo, taxi to general aviation parking.
Pulse lights off. Alright, let's zoom in here.
To general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha Docker Tree Whiskey Bravo.
So you see where we landed. And we could have used this high-speed taxiway, but we just didn't need it. It was such a long runway. We're good. So we're going to go this way. Let's see where they take us. Get those feet ready to dance. Oof. Moving my feet here, left and right. Oh, we're in Puerta Vallarta, headed to the Four Seasons tonight. Looks like we got great weather for the next day or so. I checked the weather forecast for this area. I will confess that I noticed a NOTAM, notice to airmen. Apparently this airport is closed. I assume that's COVID related. It's closed to all but military operations. So I'm pretty certain that's probably because of COVID. But anyway, we're not in COVID in the sim here. We've got the world before it is as it is now. The world before it is as it is now. Yeah, I guess that's one way to say it. I see Gary. There's Gary over there. Just going to flip a little U-ey here and we'll be parked. And as I said, we'll head over to the Four Seasons, Puerta Vallarta. I see other aircraft on the ground here, so let's be careful. Let's turn around. And I'm actually going to do everybody a favor. Turn off our taxi lights so we don't blind the poor bastard. We'll hang a left. Use the old toe brakes. Our best friend. There he is. Kind of a tight squeeze here, but I'm sorry, I saw other airplanes and I got a little nervous. That'd be a shitty way to wrap things up by crashing into another person's airplane. Okay, anyway, we are parked. We're going to activate our parking brake. Acknowledge the alarm. Pitot heat. Engine off. Fuel supply. Fuel cutoff. Depressurize the airplane. Have mouse wheels. Make sure, yes. And then I hear my aux boost pump on. All right. Well, it might have been nice to see, you know, the scenery a little bit. The sunset was beautiful, but I guess we'll see it when we head off to Cabo San Lucas, which is a much shorter flight. But hey, pat on my own back. Inertial separator's off. Pat on my own back. We finished our longest flight in my flight sim career. And again, in my beloved trusty Dager 3 Whiskey Bravo. Microsoft, please allow me to dim the screens. That is a source of irritation. Okay, we're parked here. Landed, came in, turned around, landed that, or landed this way, hung a left, made a little U-ey, parked. Airplane's buttoned up. Fuel tank selector is set at off. Lights are all off. All right, there's Gary telling us we're home. Let's go outside for a second. Can't see squat. Lights are still blinking. Here's the airport. I'd have to go find now how far the hotel is from here. All right, well, I enjoyed that. That was just a good, very good example of how, when things are working in this sim, how absolutely remarkable it is. How smooth, effortless, no nonsense, no silly descent instructions that don't make sense. I mean, this just handled it just, I mean, perfectly. It was perfect. It was a perfect approach, and I don't know how perfect the landing was, but it felt good to me, and it was a good flight, a really good flight. So that's it for now. The Adventures of 3 Whiskey Bravo continue.